Sports Bar and Grill.
2330 Proctor Valley Road. And I'm Sports Dave. As you know, I put in the hard work necessary to help make you knowledgeable, confident, and Vegas strong versus the sports book. And I'm here with Leo Brown.
You know what it is. Hanging with Barrels and Leafs in the house. And we are joined today also again by the man, Rick Fernandez. What's going on?
Hey guys, how are you?
We can't complain. We can't complain. I know I can't.
I'm happy Yankees won already.
Why we got to bring that up?
Just starting the day off right, you know?
I'm saying, who cares about the Yankees? Oh, you do. I'm sorry. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, there was a fire sale.
There was a fire sale. Okay, here we go.
Oh man. Well, you know what? Thank you guys for joining us today. Yeah, we're back once again, man, because it seemed like we got a lot of good quality,
good positive feedback. That's for sure. I mean,
the people love it.
I'm still trying to master this whole game, and I'm really learning as I go along every step of the way. And the first day that we did this, I got the most views on my video that I could actually see, because I post my videos on. Yeah. It was because of Rick, by the way, guys. I mean, I know you can chime in anytime you want. Let us know.
That face is not made for radio.
Yeah. There's a Ringo Starr over here. We got all the extra views.
All the attention.
What?
Man. Well, I tell you what, man, we are here today to give you guys a little bit more of the handicapping world understanding. Dave today is going to be helping me understand what handicapping is all about. I'm going to be helping Dave understand a little bit more about parenting. And today, the featured cigar is the Tabac Musha de Tabac. And this one here has two sides that you can actually smoke off of, that you guys can see. One's a Candela wrapper, the other is a Habano 2000 wrapper. And it's already cut, ready to go. You don't have to worry about cutting. All you got to do is put it in your mouth and light it.
So I smoked that with you the other night.
Yes.
We had a great time.
Yeah.
And when we first started, what did I say to you?
It was a tight draw, Leo.
I think I gotta cut it. And you said, be patient.
That's right.
And I did.
Let it roll.
Within what? 2 minutes?
I would say maybe 2 minutes. I said, there it is. It just opened up.
And it was phenomenal.
It changed. It's going to be a little tight in the beginning because of how it's rolled. So it's rolled from the center out. So that changes things.
Yes, it's a great cigar.
Yeah.
It smoked fantastic.
Big up to my man, Pat Potter.
We lit the
Candela
side.
Right.
Are you going to like the Candela side today?
You know what? Dave, which side do you want to like?
The good side.
The side that's going to light, right?
Yeah, the flammable side.
Right. So I'll tell you what. Since I lit the Candela side last time, I'm going to light the Habano side this time.
There it is.
How about that? How about you light the Habano side? I mean, you light the Candela side. And smoke the Habano side.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
Here we go, good people.
And I'm going to smoke.
You're going to smoke a football.
I'm going to smoke a football.
By Nova.
Nova, yes.
Nova Cigar Company, huh?
Nova Cigar Company. We just got these in here at 3-in-1 for the football season, and in honor of Thursday night's Hall of Fame game. I'm bringing this to the show today. I'm going to spark this up and light this football and smoke it.
Very nice.
Not too often you can smoke some pigskin.
He's used to his feet getting smoked though.
Well, that's true. I'm a miserable Jets fan.
Well, you know.
But the Yankees won today so far. They got a doubleheader.
Well, the other one really won't count then, will it?
And
First those Red Sox.
just to point something out, I wanted to handicap that New York Yankees and Red Sox doubleheader, but unfortunately they didn't list who the starting pitcher is for the Yankees yet. And funny thing is that they still got the Yankees favored minus 140. You know, with just random nobody. They're just going to grab somebody off the street and let them pitch, and they're still going to be favored against the Red Sox today.
That's what 27 World Championships get you.
Yeah.
Really? That's what it is? 27?
And a 5-game losing streak or whatever the Red Sox are on right now.
Yeah, the Red Sox are looking like garbage, kind of, unfortunately, like our Padres. We're taking it on the chin right now as a Padre fan, you know.
Hey, they won last night.
They won last night. They won good. It's like we have an issue with the Giants, and we're beating the brakes off of the Dodgers. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. But I tell you guys what, just a little bit of in the news thing. Did you hear about Robert F. Kennedy's granddaughter? 22 years old, committed suicide. Yeah, committed suicide. Kind of a depressing thing to have to put up with, you know. But
that's a rough one to start with, Leo.
Yeah, but you know, one of the reasons that I bring it up is because we are sitting here smoking cigars, and you know, Mr. John F. Kennedy, you know, he was the last to take the best of the Cubans.
You think?
What a guy, man! What a guy. But nonetheless, once again, we're going to be sitting here talking sports, handicapping, and we're going to be talking cigars, and we're going to just give you guys as much knowledge as we possibly can, because I'm going to be teaching Dave about pairings, he's going to be teaching me about handicapping, and here we go.
So, before we jump into this too deep, I want to know a little bit about this cigar, because this thing was pretty dope. I'll be honest, like I've never seen one like this.
Okay, what Dave is saying is that this looks dope. It's not dope. Okay, just to let you guys know, because there is green on here. I don't want to get you guys confused.
It is California.
It is California.
Yeah, it's legal over here, so I don't know what to worry about.
So
I'll roll one for you.
No, not on this show. That's for another show. The behind the scenes show. So, yeah, so what do you got? What kind of question?
All right, so where does it come from, and what's the difference between this leaf and that leaf?
All right, so what we got here is a Nicaraguan filler binder, okay? And what you have here to your right, that's gonna be a Candela wrapper, right? It's called a double clavo. And on the left side of yours is a Habano Ecuadorian 2000 wrapper. Now the 2000 means that it actually, the tobacco leaf was produced in the year 2000. So it's been aged for some time, right? So the difference between the two sides is that with what you're smoking right now, it's a little bit easier to smoke. It doesn't give you the necessarily harsh tobacco normal flavor that you normally get. So you're gonna smoke that until you actually get to that point. For me, I went the exact opposite. I went straight for the flavor, and it's gonna mellow out for me towards the end. So once we get a little closer, we'll both be able to take off our bands and be able to see the actual split between the wrappers.
So mine's gonna get better as it goes, is what you're saying?
I think it's gonna get better as it goes, either way.
Okay.
You know why I say that? Because I sell them. That's right, I'm the rep for Tabak Cigar Company. And for all you guys out there with your cigar lounges, please make sure that you let me know that you are looking for a good cigar for your lounge. All you hotel personnel and all of you casino personnel, please let me know. Look me up and I will get you all of that great information plus a great cigar. So, Dave, last time that we got on camera, we were talking about all of these numbers. There's 140 and 150 and +3 and -7, and you know, I mean, you gave us some good knowledge about what handicapping actually is.
Yeah.
All right. So
I give you a lot too. I realize that. In 1 hour we covered a whole lot of ground.
let me tell you something. I still don't know what the hell you're talking about, and I'm a smart guy. At least let Rick tell it. So my thing is this. I know that you got some handicaps for us today. Why don't you go through those and let's see what old Leo can remember about how this works out.
Okay.
All right.
Great. All right. So one of the games, actually, I'm gonna dive into my messenger because I do get a lot of help. I get a lot of friends that I work with. Now, I do stress to people to make sure you create some sort of system to fall back on, because this can be a very emotional game.
Sure. Yeah, you better have some backup money.
Like the video we saw today, Dave?
Exactly. Like the video we saw today, some dude just smashing up his whole living room over the Raptors winning the championship. So,
oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
So if you have a system to fall back on, you're not exactly letting yourself fall into the trap of letting your emotions get the best of you. At least I hope not. You know, it's just kind of a fail-safe to be sure of that. So one thing that
So don't bet your whole house.
Don't bet your whole house. You want to have a system based off of a bankroll and how much money you can afford to lose, never how much you're trying to win.
Right.
And when you're handicapping, for me personally, I like to have several people's opinions or advice on something so that I'm not going to the ticket window with blinders on based off of the fact that, hey, you know what, the Twins won for me the last 2 times I bet on them, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep on doing it.
Let it roll.
They play 162 games. If I'm expecting them to win all 162, I'm out of my mind. So it's something where you gotta have some sort of system, and my system incorporates other people to make sure that I've got all my 360 kind of covered, to make sure I'm not just blindly going after something.
Right.
Now, part of my system is also to try and figure out how and why the lines were set at where they were set. So, going back to the way that lines are actually set, by they I mean bookmakers or odds makers, they will put a value on a baseball team based off of how much they think that team is worth on any given day. So, let's start with the Washington Nationals playing against the Arizona Diamondbacks today.
Okay.
Now, if you look at the line on this game,
Arizona's not having a real good season, are they?
no, they're not. They actually really started to fall off. You know what? They've underperformed, but at the same time, if you look at some of the numbers, you'll see.
Well, they just traded their best pitcher, the friggin' Astros.
Yeah, that tells you everything right there.
So you know who might be going back to the show.
No, the Yankees gonna beat them.
Oh, wow. We'll get to that later.
All right. So the line opened up with Washington at minus 157, meaning that you would have to bet $1.57 for every dollar that you're trying to win. So let's just say, for example, you think that the Washington Nationals are going to win this game. They've got Steven Strasburg on the mound, and the Arizona Diamondbacks have Robbie Ray on the mound.
Okay.
And based off of those pictures, the matchups, everything that you may see on the board, you're like, okay, yeah, I think the Nationals are going to win. Well,
because of the pitcher.
Well, because of the picture and several other things as well.
Okay, all right.
When I look at it, I look at the entire picture of how the hitters are doing, how they hit against left-handers, how does the bullpen perform.
As you were talking about, like who's the umpire in the game, what kind of field we playing on, what's the temperature like? Yeah, okay.
So all those things are factored in by the odds makers and sports books as well. And I try to kind of reverse engineer exactly how they come up with these numbers. Sometimes it's just plain obvious.
Right.
And other times it's like, where the hell did they come up with this?
Right.
Well, today the Nationals opened up at minus 157, so they're clearly the favorite to win this game.
What time is this game taking place?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, afternoon.
Pacific time.
Pacific time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with a game where this team is favored by, $1.50 to $1.
Right. It ain't worth the bet.
Well, personally, 150 is my Mendoza line.
Okay.
I'm not willing to go over 150 because if you're a professional bettor and you've got a system that's based off of straight bets and you're able to hit 60% of your bets, minus 150 is only going to leave you even money if you're hitting that 60%.
So explain to me what a straight bet is.
So a straight bet means I bet you that the Washington Nationals are going to beat the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay. So that's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I bet $150
straight up
to win $100.
Okay.
Now,
wait.
Well, no.
Wait a minute.
$100 to win $100.
Right. If a straight up bet, if I'm giving you a $100 bet, I win another $100, right?
No. In baseball, there's a money line.
Wow.
So that's where that value comes in.
Okay.
And so the value of Washington Nationals is they're minus 150. If I do a straight bet on the Washington Nationals and I
for
want
$100,
yeah.
Okay, I get the 150 if they win.
You'll get 150 plus your plus 100
back. Right.
So you'll get back $250 total.
Got it.
On a bet that's minus
because of the spread or
because the money line.
The money line. Okay, money line. I'm learning, good people. I'm learning money line.
So if you do a straight bet and you're looking to make money off of baseball, anything over minus 150, in my opinion, is tough to make money on. Because you have to be hitting at a very high percentage. You got to be hitting like 70, 80% of the time in order for you to turn a profit off bets that are over minus 1 or at 150 or higher.
Okay. All right.
And sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes you'll get somebody they'll take somebody like him that's minus 250 or something like that.
Wow.
And they're willing to throw down, a couple grand.
Wow.
To win back, what is that, like, I want to say that's like
Put down
about $1,200 bucks.
You're looking 12, yeah.
Yeah, you can get about $1,200 back off of $2,000.
Right. Wow.
And hey, you know, if you know it's a surefire bet, then you know, have at it.
Jeez.
But if you're gonna do this very consistently, you know, my recommendation is to stay around 150 or lower. You know, you can go a little over it and try to stay under it as much as possible.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, you want to stay under that minus 150 number.
So
150
on
or
that
below.
150, it works the same way with Leo as a rep of cigars, right? I give him 150, he gives me 250 cigars.
No. I give you 151. Right.
151
Yeah, 'cause
cigars
if-
for 150. I'm in. Leo,
No,
that's my
you give
order.
me 150, right?
Right.
I'm gonna get you that amount plus one. See?
Oh.
That's how that works.
I want the 250 cigars.
No.
I like Dave's
the plus one. Yeah, I do too. But you know what? That ain't gonna work for me or my boss. That's a loss. That rhyme.
So,
On time. Okay, let me stop.
so today the Nationals are going into Arizona, and I actually looked at the matchup, and you know, I saw a lot of things. You know, when I put these games together and I start to handicap them, I actually have a full-on spreadsheet that I put together, and I'll actually give you guys a real quick peek of it. Where am I at here? So this is my spreadsheet that I actually put together for every single game.
If they could actually see your iPad with all the stuff you got, it looks like you're a stockbroker.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you know
The
what?
numbers confuse me too much on all that.
It's just way too much for me to worry about. To
Yeah.
look at.
That's what's great about shows like yours.
Yeah.
Just listen.
I just gotta listen to you.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I don't think everybody's going to have the same amount of time to devote to this, and not everybody is going to be as excited about it. You know, I'm sure a stockbroker is really into doing all the research that they do. I'm really into doing the research that I do.
You gotta love it. I mean, I love doing the research on cigars. You know, I love doing the research on beer, spirits, wines, and non-alcohol. It's fun for me. I mean, I enjoy it. I think the people out there know it. So yeah, you're right. I mean, Rick owns a cigar lounge. I mean, he wouldn't do it if he didn't love it. If he didn't think that it'd be prosperous.
I tell you, I love hanging out with guys
With good
like
people.
you and the great customers that come in here,
Right.
smoking cigars, not smoking cigars, just enjoying the neighborhood bar. It is all great. But you are right. If you don't have a passion for it, you won't do it to the best of your ability.
You won't.
Exactly.
Because then it becomes work. And
Yep.
none of us want to work.
None of it's gonna work.
So when I did all of my homework on this game, I found that Steven Strasburg's been on fire, and that's something I already knew because I got the guy on my fantasy baseball team, so it wasn't like, you know, breaking news to me. But
Fantasy baseball, that's a lot.
it
I'm
is,
sorry, go ahead.
It is a lot.
That's a full-time job.
Full time.
Over the last 4 starts, Steven Strasburg has only allowed 4 runs total over the course of 24 innings.
24 innings, okay.
Yeah, and the guy on the mound facing off against him is Robbie Ray.
Right.
Now, his last few starts, you know, he hasn't been bad, but he hasn't been great either. He's given up a few runs here and there.
Okay.
His ERA is right around 3.7. Historically, though, what I found is that Robbie Ray doesn't have a great history versus the Nationals, whereas Steven Strasburg's is decent. So with that, I decided to take a slightly different approach than what some of my friends actually did, and I want to take the first 5 innings with the Nationals because I favor the pitching matchup more than anything.
Oh yeah, got you. Okay.
Now, if Steven Strasburg happens to go 9 full innings, great, but I'm not banking on that. That's not the
Right.
Major League Baseball of today's era.
All right.
Now, Dave, you know I follow you a lot. I watch your shows. We talk about it a lot here at 3 and 1. You take the first 5 on a lot of your bets. Is there any particular reason, or just the way the numbers work?
Yeah, because some bitches die out after 5 innings.
True that.
Yeah, well, you know what? I like to try and bet with as many certainties as I possibly find. Now, if I go with a full game, I leave myself exposed to the possibility of a bullpen just completely blowing it for me.
Yep.
And if there's one team that's capable of doing that, the Washington Nationals are one of them. Because they got the worst freaking bullpen in the whole majors.
I mean, I don't know. When I look at my White Sox, bro, jeez.
Yeah, they're actually ranked pretty low in their bullpen as well. So You know, there are times when I'm happy to jump on the full game. In fact, one of my buddies, Del Warfield from Warfield League, he actually liked the Arizona Diamondbacks on the whole game for this game because this pitching matchup isn't lopsided, so to speak. I mean, Strasburg's been lights out, but you know, Robbie Ray is a capable pitcher, and if you're going to compare the bullpens after it's all said and done, you're going to get some good value because now you're getting the Arizona Diamondbacks at like plus 130 or plus 120 or something like that. And that means he can put down $100 on the whole game for the Diamondbacks who are at home, and he's going to get back 120 plus his 100 back.
Okay.
So there's definitely value in going with underdogs, and there's also value in paying attention to the lines. Okay. Now, line movement is incredibly important to pay attention to. Some people only seem to pay attention to line movement. Now, when
isn't that critical though? If you don't pay attention to the line movement?
Yeah, I mean, what I do on these spreadsheets is something that a stat geek would do.
Okay.
And stat geeks are
like
something.
A cigar geek, I can hear this coming.
So a stat geek is somebody that the Vegas line makers they have you for lunch all day because a stat geek is like the guy that just looks at the back of baseball cards and you know he's picking these players just off those stats all over the course of a whole year.
Okay.
But there's 162 games and anything can happen on any given day.
Sure. Yeah.
And if you play your cards right, you're going to find a lot of good opportunities to take advantage of going against the public.
Okay.
And if the public is betting one way, it's oftentimes better to go the opposite direction.
Sometimes I can't trust the public, you know? I mean...
Well, emotional bets.
A lot of emotional
Homer bets.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't pick my White Sox every time. And like you you said the other day, like, because the Yankees, they were up, Chapman came in, you're like, I don't know about this guy.
And look at that.
And exactly. Yep. Don't be a homer.
No. Not when you're betting for money.
Right.
I mean, if you're hanging out with your boys and I'm betting Leo a cigar, I'm betting straight up. If I win, my team wins, cigar. If your team wins, cigar. That's different. But what we're talking about here is you're making a financial decision. And back to what you originally said. Do not go over what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
There's no need to mortgage your home. There's no need to ruin your kid's college fund.
Or piss off your wife.
What? Not be able to pay your rent.
Right.
SDG&E don't care that the fact that the wine is $150.
Their line is $152.
They are shut off. So be reasonable when you bet. I mean, I think it's just smart. But it is great and fun to do it. And it is cool to listen to professionals that take the time, study on it, and then you look at it, and maybe even within yourself or with amongst a group of friends, wager in that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this cigar, man. Look how well that's burning.
That's pretty dope, man.
Huh?
I'm taking a little bit more time.
Dave
They've already done He already done this.
Hey Dave, stick to sports handicapping, man.
What's we got to do a long ass contest? I said long ass, not long ass.
Way, man. I did. You should have told me before we got this video started. I would have
It's all good.
I've been sitting here like.
Don't worry. We got another one. So what other game you got today?
Oh, real quick, because I've actually got another pick on this. Now, this one actually comes from my buddy Jesse Wansbrough. Now, Jesse actually likes the first 5 innings to go under. Now, remember, I mentioned earlier that the Washington Nationals are putting a really good starting pitcher up there, and the Arizona Diamondbacks are also countering with a decent pitcher. I'm not going to say he's lights out. So with that, he actually pointed out that the under is a really strong play right now. I believe that the total is set at 5. Let me just make sure about that. Sorry, guys. 4. Actually, it went down to 4. So that means that between the combined total of these two teams, after 5 innings, they have to score 4 runs or less.
Okay. After 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 innings. So So yeah, that's what we got on the Arizona Diamondbacks and Washington Nationals game. I like the first 5 innings. Washington, I actually take them on the run line, which basically brings my odds down to -110.
Okay, stop. What the hell is a run line?
All right, glad you asked. So
I'm getting educated here today, people.
So as I mentioned, the line was opened at -150. If I decide to try and make this a little bit more enticing as far as the odds are concerned, I can bet a run line, which basically means I'm going to sacrifice a half a run in the first 5 innings to bring the odds from -150 down to -110.
So a run line is specifically for baseball? Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in football or basketball, they're going to give you a spread. And
Right.
the spread is based off of a total points of 2-3 points, sometimes a touchdown, sometimes a few touchdowns if you're talking college.
Right.
With baseball, they don't have an actual spread. They have set run lines. So it'll be like a half a run in the first 5 innings, a run and a half over the course of a whole game.
Did you hear what he said? He said a half of a run.
Half of a run.
How do you get a half of a run in baseball? He only goes to
third
second?
base. No. It goes between third base and home and lays down.
Oh, okay. That's half a run. Got it. What the hell is a half a run, Dave?
Same thing as a half a point.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I got it.
They have to be winning by at
It's a
least
killer.
one.
Right.
It's a better's killer.
Right.
That half a point.
Half a point.
Yep.
What's the line? 3.5? Half.
Half.
No.
What's
No
half?
push on a half.
What, half a 3?
So do you know what a push is?
You know what? Actually, that's not true. The Bears had a half a point last year on the
Don't you start.
It was off the field goal.
Why are we... So, if the Bears had a half a point, then that means the Jets had no points.
Yeah, the Jets were playing golf at that time.
Yeah, they were. The Jets were playing golf during the season. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're right.
There was no Jets team. I think you guys went out and found one of the local high school teams.
The kicker was already teeing up by half.
Right.
I'm not going to give a shot.
Right.
We can't even get past the 50-yard line.
Oh no. I'm sorry, you asked me a question.
Oh, I was going to ask you, do you know what a push means?
A push means nobody wins. Or either I ran out of gas.
You don't lose.
Or either I ran out of
Well,
gas.
hold on though. In a casino, it's still
The house
still wins,
push, right?
A push, no?
No.
Okay, neither one wins.
Yeah, you just get your money back.
Okay, so wait a minute. Whoa. We're talking about casinos now. So now I got a question. When I think gambling, right? I think casino.
Yeah.
When I say betting, I think sports. Is there a stigma between the two? Is that truly it? Or is there something that people are kind of missing that should be like, here's the middle of the road, this is what it is?
I think it's potato, honestly, gambling and betting. Because, if you're gambling in blackjack, you're still betting money, on 21 or whatever.
I think the same thing, yeah.
The difference in a casino is that if you walk into a casino, there are several different games that are there to entice you to play.
Right.
And I think the best thing to keep in mind at all times is the bigger the payout, the less likely you are to win.
Right.
So you have to keep in mind that if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, and you should probably be focused more on the games that are offering something close to even money or something in that vein. Because if you look at like roulette, for example, or slots or something like that, there's definitely strategies towards winning in those games, but the casinos find a way to rig games in their favor in every single instance. It wouldn't be in a casino if it wasn't rigged towards their favor.
It's funny you say that because I went to one of the local casinos here, Hangin Casino, and I'm not normally a roulette guy. So I said, you know what? I got $20 that I can afford to lose, right? I said, I'm putting it all on black. Bam! There it is. The girl there, she spun it.
What about the girl behind you? What was she saying when that was going on?
Oh my God. Are you serious? So, boom. Black. All right. Give me my 20. Right? Let it ride.
Let it ride.
Same girl. Blah. Good job, right? I win. Let it ride. Here's why I got pissed. This other guy came in stumbling with his money, throwing off the method,
mojo.
throwing off the mojo,
Mojo.
right? He come in, he's fumbling with his money. I'm like, will you come on? Will you come on? And he finally laid down his bet. Because I still had it on black, right? Lost.
Red.
I grabbed my money and left.
You were done.
I was done.
Yeah, that was smart. You won 2 bets and lost one, so you
He
still
screwed up my rhythm, right?
Yeah.
So I go and I find me another table, play something else. I see the guy leaves. I was happy, right? I see the guy leaves. I'm like, I got 20 bucks. I can afford to lose, right? Go back to the table. I'm looking at the odds right there. Black is still in the good. Put my money down on black. I win. I'm doing good.
They changed the dealer. Oh, no, that's another.
They changed the dealer.
Oh, boy.
Different spin. So I said, okay. Now I gotta think, do I keep going? Or do I pick it up and walk? I've already won money. What's the need of losing it, right? So I said, you know what? Switch it to red. I lost. I lost. What did I do? I picked up and walked away.
You know what? Who did win is the casino's marketing concept of doing that to you.
Right.
You can tell the casino, these are my lucky socks. I bet you there next time you're there, they got a pair of those socks ready for you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because, like you said, they are built to have the odds in their favor.
They're built to win.
That's it.
And with what you just said, that's a really good strategy to go with black or red. They only got that one green slot on there, right?
Right. No, there's 2. There's 0 and double 0.
Okay, yeah. So, I think your odds are like 49, 48% just playing black or red the whole time.
Damn right.
So sorry. Betting and gambling, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way I define it is everything is when you are wagering something, it's a bet. You're betting that you're going to make a better hand in 21 than the dealer.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you're gambling, you can still be wagering, but the consequences to a gamble could be greater than many other avenues, right? So, for example, if somebody gives you a cigar, Leo, hey, a friend of mine came back from Mexico with this cigar, it's unbanded.
Okay.
You are gambling putting that in your humidor that it's going to not create beetles or have problems. You throw it in a Ziploc bag, you've got a better odds that it's not going to cause anything wrong with your environment in cigars.
Yeah, it's probably going to turn the cigar bad too.
But I'm saying in general,
Yeah. It won't ruin the rest.
gamble.
Right.
That's
It's a
how
gamble.
I look at it.
Go check me out here, guys.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I need to make a quick
Wait,
adjustment.
hey Dave, how's the video now?
Hey,
You can always stay like this, Dave.
So is this like that 150 or is this like 50? Dave's video is turned landscape on us. So he's gonna try to fix that real quick. So as we're letting Dave fix that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna let you
Hey,
guys
what are
know.
you drinking?
Yeah, we're gonna let you guys know what we're smoking and drinking once again. We are smoking the Muestra de Tabac from Tabac Cigar Company. And I am actually pairing this with the Allagash White. Now the reason I chose the Allagash White is because I knew that I was gonna smoke this side of the cigar first.
Whatever,
And I was
man.
gonna go into the Candela side, so that should pair very, very well. It's okay right now. There's a little bit of contrast between the two.
Yeah.
But I think once it hits that Candela, it's gonna be perfect.
It's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be perfect.
You know what I think? I think that an executive at Facebook took Dave's advice and lost on something.
Yeah.
And he's just messing with his feed right now, and he's got him now opposite side.
Yep.
That's exactly what's happening, man.
David
Yep.
did a 180.
You did a 180, literally.
We gotta talk like this for Dave's feed now.
Right. At first, we were to the left. Sorry, you guys, we're just shooting the shit. Sorry. All right. So, moving on. Who else we got, Dave?
Today we also got the New York Mets against the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I know this is your New York B team, right?
B team.
The B-side players.
Grew up a Mets fan though. That's a whole nother
Okay,
story.
so you got tired of all the losing, and you decided to, pick up a few rings along the way.
How can you be a Billy Buckner fan?
86.
How
Miracle
can-
Mets, baby.
How can you be? Dave did a splendid thing. He took the band off, you guys, so you can see that split
That's so cool.
of the wrapper there. Thank you, Dave. You beat me to it. I'm still trying to roll on. I'm trying to get my cigar to burn right a little bit because we got a little breeze here, so it's starting to kind of canoe on me a little bit, but we're going to try to get it back right. And speaking of canoeing, speaking of terminology, canoeing, my friend,
Yeah, thank you.
it looks just like a canoe would, right?
Yeah.
So you know how it has that banana shape, and you got people that sit on top of it. So you can tell right here, you got the ashes sitting on top, and you got the banana starting back down here. So that's called canoeing.
Yeah, that's what I call somebody rolling a bad blunt.
Thought you might just want to call them a banana anyway.
When I roll blunts, they don't do that.
Never during your research and picking of the sports stuff.
That's right.
No,
That's
no,
right.
no, no.
That's after. That's after.
No, that's a celebratory thing.
Most people smoke cigars. Dave says, I'm rolling a blunt. I respect what you do. Just do not confuse the two when it comes to the FDA and the rest of the politics
Yes.
of
Yeah.
tobacco.
That's a whole nother show, Leo.
No, it's not. It's an ongoing show, Rick.
You're right
And
about
in
that.
my eyes, it's an ongoing show because they better get it right. I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. So with
The New York Mets.
New York Mets, they actually were on a pretty nice little roll right there. They won 7 straight, and yesterday in my video, I actually took the Pirates to snap that winning streak, and they won. Yeah, they lit them up for about 9 runs, I want to say, 8 or 9 runs, and cashed some good money on that. I want to say it was like plus 110 when I got the line, so not bad. But today the Mets are actually gonna get to play with their new toy, Marcus Stroman. They just made the trade to pick him up.
Right.
And Marcus Stroman actually has a reputation of being a big game pitcher. And because of that, I actually like the Mets today. The Mets are actually, I'm not gonna say they've been lighting the world on fire with their hitting, but they do, they are on a roll, so to speak. So I actually like the Mets today. They're actually minus 128, and obviously the odds makers are throwing them as well. Now, when I noticed the action on it, the majority of people, or a slight majority, was actually going with the Mets as well. So this is one time where I'm actually following the public on this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's also due to the fact that I can't see Chris Archer pulling it together. I mean, the guy seems like a head case to me. From the Pittsburgh Pirates, he just seems to have some really wicked stuff, and he'll look good for 2 or 3 innings, then all of a sudden it starts to fall apart on him.
We're going to need to
Just
get
like
Leo
that.
a room.
That's what I like to call a rookie mistake.
I'm glad I didn't make the same.
That's okay. All of us are still learning.
You know the good thing here at 3-1 at the lounge is anytime you drop an ash on the floor, you just got to sweep them up the whole place. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, so come on down to 3-1, so you can bring your mop and your broom as well.
Bring your bucket. We're at 2330 Proctor Valley Road, Chula Vista, California.
Don't forget your dustpan as well. So, I actually got a little bit of support on the Mets as well. My buddy Jesse Wandro is still on them. I also had, let me see,
What did Dell think?
Dell. Let me go back to Dell. I don't think he actually had, you know what? Dell is the public fader, the guy that's going to go contrarian on this, and he's going to actually take the Pirates.
Wow.
He spotted reverse line movement.
Yeah.
Now, going back to what line movement is and reverse line movement. So, as I mentioned earlier, like the Pirates opened up at minus 150 and it went down to minus 130, which means that there's actually a healthy amount of money that's supposedly going on the Diamondbacks. In this case, the Mets opened up as a favorite, and I want to say they were at like minus 137. So the Mets opened up at minus 137, and there's actually been a fair amount of money that's been going onto the Mets to win this game.
Right.
And yet the odds makers aren't keeping up at the same pace that they normally would.
Okay.
To move that line.
Okay.
Now remember, the line makers, their goal is to get equal action on both sides of the coin.
Right, yeah.
They want to have half the people betting on the Mets, half the people betting on the Pirates.
Right.
And in order to do that, what they'll do is, if a lot of people are betting on the Mets, they'll start to make it look less attractive to bet on the Mets. So
Correct.
they'll increase the number to like minus 150 or
Okay.
minus 160. And all of a sudden, it's not as fun to bet on the Mets anymore because, you know, you have to pay a lot more money to get some money back.
Yeah.
Well, reverse line movement basically means that, okay, all these people are betting on this team, and yet they're moving the line the opposite direction because the house,
Doesn't see it.
not only do they not see it, but they see a couple different things. They'll see a heavy hitter walking through the door, betting on the opposite team,
Gotcha. Okay.
and they'll follow that heavy better.
Right.
Or they just know something that we don't, and they start to move that line the opposite direction because they're seeing their chance to make more money off the public.
Right. Okay. All right.
And so that's what Dale saw. Dale sees that, you know, there's a lot of money coming in on the Mets.
Right.
The line isn't moving accordingly, so something is up according to Dale.
So we saw this during the Pacquiao-Thurman fight too, right?
We did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
As you were saying, Dave.
So this is something where, you know,
I didn't win 100,000 though.
Okay.
That's an inside thing, you guys. It's an inside thing.
So the idea is, you know, somebody's got some inside information, and you kind of just go with the flow and take that team because everybody is betting one way, or the line is not moving according to what it should be.
Right.
And so Dell is taking the Pirates today.
I know we jump all over the place. Can we give some definitions or some clarity to what, because it's such a vague statement, inside information. Hey, see, at least yours landed on a notepad. All you gotta do is wipe the tables down. You don't have to actually sweep. Well, now you gotta still sweep.
I'm not sweeping. You got employees for that. I'm just kidding.
So inside information, what is that?
Listen.
Is that the guy that's sitting in the bullpen,
No, it's
watching the guy warm up, and the guy is pissed off because his girlfriend and him got into a fight the night before?
No, it's Martha Stewart. Sorry, Martha.
Well, inside,
What's inside information? How do they find out? I mean, not how. I mean, it's whatever the how is. But
Right.
what is it? What could be the information?
you know what? That's a very good question. I'm not an insider, so I couldn't really tell you what the
But
information
would
is.
you assume? Would you assume it's something? It's not like they're not looking at the weather report. We all have access to it online.
Yeah, but they got to be saying something like, "Hey, this guy just pulled his hamstring," or "This guy's toe is hurting." You know, it's got to be something.
Guy got into a car accident or bumped up his $250,000 Ferrari before he came in and he's supposed to pitch that day.
Right.
And he's in a pissed off
And I was
mood.
pissed. Yeah.
I mean,
Is his mind not focused?
Yeah, I mean, it could be something like that. Honestly, I couldn't tell you for sure. Which is why I actually try and isolate a lot of my bets, like with the first five bet, or I like to take totals a lot. Totals are, you know, combined games.
Combined score.
Yeah, combined score totals. So,
I'm learning.
you know, for me, that's my go-to, is to try and make sure that I isolate wherever I see the biggest edge or the strongest matchup that I can expose to make a little bit of money off of it. Now, perhaps one day I'll get in and start rubbing elbows with some of these so-called insiders and whatnot. And if I did, I'm not going to be getting on a video talking about it because, you know, that's probably how you get whacked.
Is that what happened to Martha?
She got club fed.
Club Fed. So you got some other terminology here, man, that you know I've been trying to peep out and stuff like that. So you know, I mean, I know we talked about line movement, reverse line movement, straight bets, parlays. We talked about that in the last video. The hedging.
Okay.
The hedging is one that's still kind of keeping me in a combined or a loopy state. What's up with hedging?
Now, a hedge basically means that, now most people that do a hedge, they play parlays. And if you're going to do a parlay, let's just say, for example,
Is that like a golf parlay?
no.
Okay, all right.
Let's just
I know
say,
golf.
Let's just say, for example,
Not if you say parlay for golf.
Oh, partay.
No, well, there's a party, that's for sure. Just get the ending off and use par.
so a parlay is you're expecting multiple outcomes to come through in order for you to win a bet.
Okay. All right.
And let's just say, for example, you pick 3 different teams to win games. And let's say that the first 2 games started at 10 a.m. and the last game started at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Now, the first 2 games came through for you. And let's just say you bet $50 to win $300.
Okay.
Now, if those first 2 games came through,
Yep.
this last one is all you need to win $300 plus your $50 back.
Correct.
Now, if you decided you wanted to hedge your bet, you could bet the opposite team or whatever that team was.
Yeah.
And now you've hedged your bet and you guaranteed that you're not going to lose, and maybe you can guarantee some profit.
Okay. All
So
right.
that's what a hedge is.
So
Okay.
in that scenario, you would hedge $50.
Personally, I would probably hedge about maybe $80 to $100, so I can guarantee some sort of profit.
Some profit. But if you wanted to balance out or even out, you could
That's at 50.
hedge 50.
Yeah, and now you can't lose. You know, you may,
You may only get 250 instead of 300 plus your 50.
Right.
But you definitely don't lose that 50 that you started with.
Right. Now, with that said, a lot of people are very much against hedging. You know, a lot of, professional handicappers, they don't believe in it, to a certain degree. Now, what I actually like is a hedge to middle bet. Now, middle
It's
bet,
kind of sound like the fermentation process of a cigar. I'll get into that a little bit later.
now there's something called live betting.
Yeah.
Live betting is something that you can do while a game is in action. While the game is going, you can actually bet on something in the middle of it happening. Now, let's just say, for example, you have 2 games that already come through. The third one has already started now. And let's just say the Washington Nationals are playing against the Diamondbacks. I already had the first 2 games come through, and the Nationals are now winning 1-0 in the first inning.
Okay.
So hypothetically, what I could do is actually that's a bad example. Let's just say I took the under, and they haven't scored a run in the first inning or 2. Now, a live bet, you can actually bet the opposite direction, and while doing a live bet, the lines start to fluctuate. They'll start to move like a stock market, and you can find opportunities to bet the opposite direction and still win both bets.
Really?
Yeah. So let's just say, for example, the total is 4, and they've gone through 3 innings already. No runs have been scored, and now the total has dropped down to the first 5 innings being only 2.5. So this basically means that they can score 3 runs. I bet the over on the total for the first 5 innings as a live hedge bet.
Right.
I win that. If they don't score 4 and they score 3, then I win both of my bets.
Wow. A lot of different ways to win.
Yeah. It's a strategy that,
It's better than playing the lotto.
Yeah, some people are dead set against hedging. For me personally, I think it's good under certain circumstances. It's not something you want to do all the time. I mean, you're in this business to make some money. So if you're constantly just breaking even, then you're just doing it for fun, or you're just throwing away money.
Now, you said something that's very interesting. You said that you're in this business to make some money. Do people really do this as a business?
Yes, absolutely. There are people that live 100% off of gambling. Or investing in teams, so to speak.
Wow.
Yeah, and those are the sharks.
This will make me want to go and hurt some players if they don't win. I'm glad I'm not a invested handicapper. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, because at some point it's all out of your hands,
Right.
So it's easy to get emotional on something like that because you have no control over it. But if you also know that, you should also
They're
be able
probably
to
betting
keep your...
big money, right? I mean, they're going to take they're going to bet that high end one. You got to bet 250 to win 100 or whatever. You know, I mean, so they'll bet 10,000 to win a few $1,000s, but they guarantee it, but the odds are really high.
Yeah, you'll see guys like that. There's different angles. There's people that have their own system based off of whatever they found works. So I've seen people that they only bet on underdogs. And they only bet on underdogs because they see the value in hitting only 40% of their bets, but they can still make a profit on that because they're hitting these bets that are plus 150, plus 180, plus 200. And you know, if you're hitting 40% of your bets at more than plus 150, then you're going to come out with a profit, believe it or not. You know, you actually didn't win as many times as you lost, but you won more money just based off of the fact that you invested in the right team.
Right.
So that's why I set my line at minus 150. If I did 100 bets at minus 150, and I was hitting 60% of my bets, the profit margin on that is $20. I mean, I would have bet $10,000 for a $20 return.
That's not smart.
No. Yeah, I've literally sat down and done the math on this shit.
So has someone ever done that?
Yeah, people do that shit all the time.
To win $20?
They just don't know.
Wow.
Well, they got that kind of stupid money.
But that means that they don't understand, and they're definitely not listening to Sports Day.
I hope those guys come in at 3-1 and decide to buy some drinks and cigars.
Yeah, you need to bet them. Who else we got there, Dave?
Other game that I got is the St. Louis Cardinals and the Oakland Athletics. Yeah, and both teams have been on a roll lately. Oakland's gone on their yearly run. I mean, they didn't seem to, you look at the roster up and down and you wonder how they're going to scratch together enough wins to be competitive. And yet every single year they figure out a way to do it. Billy Beane, the general manager from the Oakland Moneyball. He invented it. He invented Moneyball.
Right.
Well, actually, Paul de Podesta did, but.
Or did Pete Rose? I'm sorry. No,
no, that's a different kind of Moneyball. Put him in the Hall of Fame.
Put him in the Hall.
Put him in the Hall, guys. It's not bad. It's legal now. Or it's going to be legal.
He bet on his own team to win, and they lost.
Well, yeah, you know what? I thought was funny about that shit is that he was one of the last player managers. And he thought so highly of himself that he would put himself in the most clutch situation.
Why not?
When he was like 50 years old.
He's always won.
Yeah,
he's a winner.
Apparently not. He's not in the Hall.
There's some crazy people out there.
Yeah, as far as the Oakland Athletics are concerned, they always seem to find that groove at some point in the season. The St. Louis Cardinals come in an interleague matchup. They're starting Dakota Hudson, who has actually been getting lit up in the last 4 starts. He's got a 5.48 ERA. St. Louis, while they did go on a nice little run for a little bit there, it looks like they're starting to regress a little bit.
Yeah.
Their OPS is 6.94 at the moment over the last 6 games.
For the people that don't know, what is OPS, Dave?
OPS is a combination of slugging percentage and on-base percentage.
Right.
So if you're doing both of those things well, ideally you're going to have an OPS above 800.
Right.
And them being under 700 tells you a lot.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, Oakland has their starter Mike Fiers on the mound. He's actually having a great year. In the last 4 starts, he's got a 2.28 ERA. The Oakland Athletics are just a skosh under 800 on the OPS. They're at 790 right now. And it looks like there's a lot of sharp money going in on the Oakland Athletics right now.
To me, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't understand why the line hasn't moved a little bit more than actually the line has moved significantly. It opened up at minus 135 and it's gone up to minus 160 in some places. So, wow. Yeah, that'll tell you a lot. I know, I'm getting above that Mendoza line. I got it at minus 150 when I placed my bet. But it looks like it should happen.
Let's jump into that real quick. When is the line set on a game? When?
Sometimes it's set the day before, without even seeing, who the starters are. And it'll adjust accordingly, based off, whatever comes into play. Now, I've noticed that there are times when they'll switch pitchers out and they'll still keep the line the same, which I'm still trying to figure out exactly how and why they do that. I don't pretend to be, a genius at this. I'm a student of this game, and I'm always trying to learn, how things work with this. But that's one thing that, to this day, I still haven't figured out, why it doesn't always move when there's a pitching change. More often than not, it does, but sometimes they just leave things as they are. Perfect example is with the Yankees game today. That second game, they haven't even named a starter, and somehow the Yankees are at minus 140 still.
That's probably because nobody cares.
Red Sox and Yankees.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, right.
Because in football, Tuesday you get all the lines.
Right. Yeah, and they're live.
Then they adjust based on the.
As far as getting, yeah, you're right. They get the lines.
If there's a question, if there's not clarity on a player, they will take that game off the board, correct?
Right.
And then they might put it back on, or they might leave it off.
Right.
Or even money. No line.
Yeah. Yeah, in football they have something that's called a dime line. And the dime line is basically minus 110. That's kind of the VIG, so to speak. That's the standard cost of doing business. So let's just say, for example, in football, the Houston Texans are playing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they've got the Houston Texans minus 1.5. Okay? So if you take the Houston Texans, that means you're surrendering 1.5 points. In order for them to win, in order for you to win, they have to win by at least 2 points or more.
Right.
Now, if you were to do a straight bet, you'd have to you would put $100 down and get back 90.
Right.
Because it's minus 110. So they're kind of taking that little percentage. As I said before, they're trying to get equal action on both sides. So if you take the Jaguars plus 1.5, they're also going to give you minus 110. And so no matter what, if they get equal action, they're at least going to collect that percentage right down the middle off of everybody for that $10.
The house wins. As we have so eloquently learned, the house always wins.
Yeah.
It's like Rick. You come here, you order food, you got to pay him.
So
The house wins.
It's a lot like in roulette, how, you can bet on black or red or the green, but you bet on one of those two, and you got like a 48% chance of winning.
Right.
Well, in sports, it's very similar in that way. You've got similar odds in many regards. Baseball's a little bit actually. Baseball's a lot different. Yeah, because they deal with the money line. But with football, they've got that minus 110 dime line. Now, as the line starts to move, you'll start to see it go to minus 105 and even money, and then all of a sudden the point kicks in, and all of a sudden it goes to 2 points now, and it goes back to minus 110. And so that's how you pay attention to the lines and how they're moving, how you can see where the money's actually going. So, good thing to pay attention to is always look at those odds. You look at the numbers, you look at all the stats, but at the same time, you want to look at the odds just as much as anything because, those stats can be very confusing to, what people are actually doing, what Vegas actually thinks, or what the odds makers actually think.
So I'm going to take a little time right now. Dave and I know you're done with yours. Dave and I are literally at that halfway point where both of our cigars are going to change. So Dave called me and said, Leo, I don't understand this whole pairing, right? So Dave is a 394 L. Smith drinker, and I have the Allagash here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show Dave how he's going to be able to get all the flavors and how this combination actually works whenever you're pairing with cigar.
Do you chop it up and snort it?
You bring up an interesting topic about snorting, right? So just a little bit of education for you guys here. So when cigars were initially made, they were made by the Indians, the Mayan Indians. And what happened is that you would have the chief of the tribe. He was obviously the overseer. And the way that they actually smoked tobacco is through the nose. Through the nose.
Show us.
I need a smaller ring gauge cigar.
I was gonna say I know how to French inhale, but
I'm not doing this with this. My nostril is not that big. So, but yeah, that's the background on that. So, what I want to do is I want you to go ahead and dump or ash your cigar. All right. Now I want you to go ahead and take a draw. Get those flavors. Now take a sip. Now take another draw. Kind of even? Is one overpowering the other?
No, not really.
That's how you pair a cigar. You should get a contrast of what your cigar and drink is going to be.
Okay.
It should be that, wow, it really didn't change. I really got a little bit something from it.
Okay.
That's what it should be. That's how you pair a cigar. You got to understand the notes of what you're drinking and the notes of the cigar itself.
That's interesting.
And the opposite way too, right?
And the opposite way. What you drink to what you smoke.
No, but I'm saying, take a sip, take a hit, take a sip.
Not necessarily. You can do it that way. You won't necessarily get the proper contrast because now what you're doing is you're diluting the flavors from the cigar. Yeah. So what you want to do, you want to drink. You want to draw, drink, draw again. Hence, my hashtag, cut, light, draw, and sip.
Very cool.
That's the way it goes.
Cut, light, draw, and sip?
That's correct. You're going to cut your cigar. You're going to light your cigar. You're going to draw off of it. Then you're going to take a sip. And what are you going to do next? Take another draw. Wow. Just to learn, just to teach us.
Very nice.
There we go. All right, so game 4, what do you got?
You know what? I forgot to write anything down on it, but
No worries.
Hold on, give me a second because I did save my spreadsheet so I can actually be prepared with some information on it.
Dave is good at this.
Oh yeah.
Dave is
He's
good.
on top of it.
Yeah.
He's dedicated. He does a lot of work. I see him here at 3 and 1 many hours sitting in front of his iPad.
It seems like he should just work here.
He has. But let me tell you, maybe now things will change a little bit with the draw, sip, draw. Because he just does a lot of sip, sip, sip,
Sip, sip.
sip.
Sip. That's what we call beer curls.
I've had everything on your friggin' menu, man.
Okay. Yeah, maybe once in a while you eat. Sure, you're right.
And the food's good here, by the way. I should
Food's
point that
excellent.
out. Yeah.
Thank you.
So the Cincinnati Reds are going into Atlanta, and I chose to target this matchup because they just the Cincinnati Reds just picked up Trevor Bauer,
Yes, they did.
and I also wanted to talk a little bit about their last game, not the last game, but that game earlier in the week. Yeah, that was a gangster ass brawl.
Wow.
Now
Let's get some.
I'm gonna say this right now. Amir Garrett used to get on my nerves because I saw him talk so much trash to so many players. And when you're a pitcher, you have a huge advantage because you get to throw 90-mile-an-hour fastballs at hitters, and there's not really much that anybody can do about it.
Yeah.
Now, he earned my respect when he actually left the mound and charged the whole dugout
The
of the
entire
Pittsburgh Pirates.
dugout.
Yeah, he went.
But he
straight.
missed.
Yeah,
he did. I thought he landed that too,
And
man.
thank goodness, because if he would have connected, that Joe would have been done.
Wow.
Yeah, baseball players aren't really known for having, chins of steel.
Yeah.
But yeah, he went straight Punisher on them, and he tried to take on the whole team by himself.
He wasn't mad.
Yeah.
He wasn't mad.
No, I was enjoying that. But yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch, But after I saw the slow-mo replay and how he missed, I was like, okay, well, Grugman Odor and Jose Bautista still got the crown for the best brawl ever.
I don't know.
Pedro Martinez and Zimmer.
That wasn't a brawl. That was a sidestep and
Yeah, push it down.
Yeah, that's what a big brother does to a little brother.
Wow. I still go back to Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura.
That was a badass one right there too. But I mean, Nolan Ryan grabbed him in the headlock like he was a steer and started hitting the top of his head. You know, like that was cool and everything. It was fun to watch a 50-year-old man beat up on a 20-year-old guy.
Yeah, that pitching coach was freaking out though when he was hitting him on the top of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Rugman Odor, he was stacked up against a dude that was twice his size.
Yeah.
Pushed him and then gave him a straight right to the face.
Yeah.
And Jose Bautista looked like he got hit by a train, man.
Yeah.
That was the best punch I've ever seen anybody throw in
baseball. Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways, back to the game.
Oh, I forgot.
Cincinnati Reds going into Atlanta, and Atlanta's actually been swinging pretty well lately. I actually think that they're going to win this game. I want to say that the Reds won last night, if I'm not mistaken. If I am, my bad. But today, yeah, they did win yesterday. Today they got Trevor Bauer on the mound, who, in my opinion, is a head case. And if you saw him in his last start, he actually was pulled out of the game, and then he decided to throw the ball over the center field wall. For the
Yes.
Yeah. That's the boy right there.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
which I gotta say, I really gotta say, I gotta give him credit. From the pitching mound
that's good.
to over the center field wall.
That's almost good as a Red Sox fan when he hit Judge circling second. He did do it on a bounce, though. Let's just make sure.
Yeah. He did Rookie of the Year status with that one. But as far as these teams are concerned, the Braves are actually swinging the bats pretty well. They got an OPS of 876 right now, which is phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
The Cincinnati Reds aren't too shabby themselves. They've got a 764 average. But Dallas Keuchel has actually been pitching pretty well since he's gotten onto the team. He hasn't been lights out, but I think he's really starting to catch his groove. So I'm actually feeling the Braves today. Let me actually look at some of my boys' picks right here. Actually, I don't think I actually asked any of them to look at this game, so I apologize, guys, for dropping that one in on you. Going back to the previous game, Dale Warfield actually liked the Diamondbacks on that first game with the Nats. Oh, actually, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay. Another game that Dale liked was the Royals versus the Twins going under the total of 10. He actually pointed out that, and that's a kind of surprising one too, because neither team has a shut 'em down type of pitching staff.
Right.
But lately, Danny Duffy has actually been pretty good. He's a ground ball pitcher, and that counteracts the Twins lineup pretty well because they knock the lights out the ball. But it's kind of hard when you got a guy pitching on the bottom half of the zone.
So on paper, there should be some strikeouts.
Probably a lot of ground balls. That's probably what you can expect. I don't know if they're going to strike him out as much because Danny Duffy isn't the lights out, strike him out pitcher. He's not throwing 100 mile an hour heat.
Like that kid from the Padres.
Yeah.
106.
Did he?
106.
Oh man, I missed that one.
No, it was 106. Because there was a guy in Excalibur while I was working there, and he hollering out real good, like, Leo, he threw 106. Yeah.
I heard rumor that he could do that, like when he was in the minors. But I was just waiting to see him do it on the big league level, man. I spaced out and didn't catch that.
Right. Yeah, 106, man.
And that's my
huge.
team too. So that's shame on me.
Huh.
But that's what I got on the game for today. I like the Nats first 5 innings run line. I like the Mets to win the game. I like Oakland to win straight up against the Athletics. And I also think that the Braves are going to handle business today against the Reds.
Now I'm going to ask a stupid question.
There's no stupid questions, just stupid people who ask questions.
Yes, there is. Yeah, that's true.
I set myself up for that one. There was an actual line set on the Hall of Fame game for the Atlanta Falcons and the Denver Broncos.
You told me about that.
Is there any reason, besides just somebody being a homer or wanting to just get into the football, it's time to bet football, to bet on any preseason game for football?
There's always a reason to bet.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody knows something, I guess. I mean, I'm not that dedicated to betting on preseason. Actually, I don't bet on preseason. However, I will say there is one instance where I might consider it,
Jets Giants?
No.
I'm a Giants goer at that point.
I'm gonna say if you're doing live bets, you might see something there that would be intriguing possibly. Because with a live bet, you can actually see what's going on. Maybe they bring in, some Joe Schmo that they're trying out at quarterback, and the other team has kept their whole defense in, and it's all gonna go south from there. That's really one of the only times that I can actually say I can see a real clear advantage. Because
A preseason game though?
I don't do it. I not even live bet, but I'm saying if I'm trying to give an argument to somebody that's bet preseason, I can maybe see that.
All I would think, if I looked at a preseason game, is I'd bet the under in defense.
Yeah, why not?
Because the offense, I think, would have to be more of a rhythm, especially with a lot of rookies.
Yeah.
Where on defense,
stringers,
granted,
yeah.
you still got to cover and you got to do all that, but I would think they'd have the advantage.
Yeah. And you know what, honestly, in the first month of the season, it's really tough to bet on football as well. Because, every season is like a new reality TV show. You don't know what the hell is going to happen a lot of times. And some people are really good at it. I'll dive in if I see a clear advantage, but for the most part, I try and wait back a little bit for the first month before I start making any serious bets. Because
I didn't have that problem last year in the first game for the New York Jets when the quarterback came out and his first pass from the line of scrimmage was a pick six to the other team.
I don't think you had
That really set the tone for the whole season for me.
they won that game.
I know, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, but I don't think you had a hard time betting on the Jets at all.
No, I kicked Pat out of here because he was like, how are the Jets going to do this year? I said, they should pick six, Pat, get out.
Poor Pat.
I remember that game, specifically that game because I play Survivor a lot of times. And for those of you that don't know what Survivor is,
Great fun.
it's a lot of fun. I've done sports betting, for at least 20 years, and I've also done fantasy sports for, I want to say around 8 or 9 years at least. And I've done Survivor football leagues about 3 or 4 years, but the last 2 years I really got into it, and by far it's the funnest thing that I could actually, think of doing. The way it works is you get a bunch of people that can all get into this, and you don't have to be a football nut or a football junkie. It helps if you are, but sometimes it's better if you're not.
So you're just betting on uniforms.
Yeah, you could bet on uniforms hypothetically and win in Survivor. That could happen, yes.
Wow.
So the way Survivor works is a bunch of people put money into a pool for their entry fee. Mm-hmm. Now, week one, you pick a team to win, and if they win, you survive and you advance on to the next week.
Right.
If your team loses,
You're out.
You're done. You're out.
You can't come back and bet.
You can't come back. No, you're done. That entry is gone. You can buy as many entries as you want. So
Right.
you can hypothetically buy like 10, 15, 20 different entries.
Sure.
And as long as you didn't put them all on the same team, then,
You're good.
You're good.
Okay.
Talk about hedge.
Yeah.
No hedging. So if you keep on going, now the next week, you can no longer pick one of the teams that you've already used that have run. And after it's all said and done, your options start to whittle down to where you don't have very many options to choose from as the season progresses. Last man standing wins all the money. Woo! Now, I've been into a tournament the last couple of years where the grand prize has been about $200,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've made it to the final 15 both years. In fact, the year before last, I was in the top 8.
But you won nothing.
I won nothing. Son of a bitch, Seahawks kicker hit the fucking goalpost. I know you know what that's like.
We'll leave that one alone.
Don't you look at me. Don't look at me. You guys, I'm still hurting from the Bears losing that game. I'm sorry.
So, getting into football, I know you guys, both have your teams. I'm actually unburdened with a team in San Diego anymore, so I refuse to root for the LA Chargers.
Speaking of the goals, the goals are they're some hard-ass players.
Absolutely.
They don't
they
just,
got some enforcers on their team.
bro, they do not just play hockey.
Speaking of enforcers, you can follow the San Diego Enforcers. law enforcement football.
Oh,
Yes.
See?
Yes.
We'll get you a hat.
so now you're making me choose between LA and the cops. Man, talk about a double-edged sword, man.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, you can join in on the Jets if you be miserable.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, green is my favorite color, but that's a rough one, man.
That's the wrong color green right there.
Yeah, right?
Man, look, a little bit darker green. But no, it's always good to sit down with you, man. It's good understanding this thing of handicapping, what we need to be doing, why we need to do it, and having a source to go to understand how to do it. It's very important.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, I don't fashion myself any type of genius. I'm not somebody that I would, go bet the farm on any of my bets, honestly. Be as, conservative as you can when you do this. I actually, my end game, my goal with all of this is to start a show that can bring on other handicappers to share their wisdom, share their knowledge, show their work. Because I'm all about that. If I put in a bet on anything, it's because I've done some level of homework on it to know and feel comfortable about it.
Right.
And I'm actually working to put together a team of handicappers that I can actually promote on my videos and show to, raise them up. And so that I can actually show other people that there's some very talented people out there that know what they're doing, and maybe they just haven't been given a shot on a high enough level. So I'm trying to create that stage for other people to, get them to another level, because, it's not easy getting into the sports world.
I got somebody that can help you with that. Get a fish tank. Put each team on either end of the fish tank before the start of that game. And then put in, was it baby shark, or what did they put for soccer? And whatever side it swims to, pick that team.
I might as well flip a coin.
No, that's too easy.
Okay.
Yeah, they've got stuff like that for the Super Bowl too. They'll have like a turkey that goes to a certain room or something like that. Yeah.
Being you win in base. It's great what they can do with statistics and numbers. Huh?
Which way is the flag blowing today?
Yeah.
Go that direction.
Well, we should do this. Put you on the spot.
Let's do it.
Before the start of the first season, or the first game in NFL football, we should come in. We should pick that week. Okay? And sealed envelopes, gentlemen.
Okay.
We pick before. You have a different scenario because you're a professional in this. But you and I pick before.
Okay.
Okay? And we see what we got for that first week. And then we do a follow-up. And we got to pick a Super Bowl winner that first week, too.
Oh, wow.
I like this.
Right?
Super Bowl winner?
A Super Bowl winner, and in the first week.
Wow.
Right? And then from there, whoever wins, I don't know, we'll do beers or cigars.
Okay.
Something real tough for you and I.
Yeah. Tough.
Bottle of wine, something. Figure it all out. Dave, you can't win. Just between you and
You
I.
and me.
And you can't, and bet. And you can't be giving no inside information, because remember, I control your food here and your alcohol.
Don't mess with the people that
Who feed
serve
you.
Food. That's day one stuff in the restaurant business.
But no, Dave, it's always good to have you on, man. I really appreciate you coming on again. Laying it down for the people, man.
Thank you, man.
Tell everybody how to reach you.
You can reach me on Facebook, hit me on Facebook Messenger. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. You'll find me as the Sports Days. And very soon I'm going to be starting my page. In fact, my social media guy is coming back, and we're going to kick that thing off really soon, probably within the week.
Very cool. Real quick, I want to do a spotlight promo here for Sweetwater Valley Little League. They are in the Western Regionals of the Little League World Series.
Way to
They'll
go.
be playing in San Bernardino.
Way to go.
We are going to be donating 15% of everybody's meal and their entire meal ticket. And here at 3-in-1 for their games and doing their viewing party starting this Sunday. Game starts at 7:30 p.m. They'll have their fan apparel here for sale, and really get behind these boys. They're a great group of young men, boys at 12 years old, but they're playing some great baseball, and we wish them the best of luck in San Bernardino.
Absolutely.
And hope they go and take it and go to Williamsport and win the entire World Series.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Any parting words for the people?
You know, I always say that good luck is the product of preparation, meeting, opportunity, and with that, I hope everybody, wish everybody good luck.
Excellent.
Parting words?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna beat you in the first week.
Good luck. My parting words are this, you guys. Stick to something that you're true about. Don't give up. Believe in your passion. Anybody else that comes in your circle who doesn't support you, you alleviate those people from your circle. That circle will begin to get smaller. Don't be afraid. Stick to your guns and go forward. I appreciate you guys for joining Hanging with Barrels and Leafs. My man Rick Fernandez, 3-in-1 Sports Bar and Grill, 2330 Proctor Valley Road. This is where you come get some good food. How many TVs you got?
24.
24 TVs. Come enjoy yourself, get a good smoke. Sports Dave, he's going to let you know exactly where to put your money. I appreciate you guys. Love you as always. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we will see you next week.